Y'all had a golf course in the background. Okay. All righty. Go ahead and gather note-taking materials for today's live. We are going to be talking about Have Fun 2.0. And I am, y'all hear me on my tablet? Putting this in the playlist so that it is there, so that I do not forget. And now let me turn myself down. Okay. Now that you have, and let me turn this last little light on. I'm bright, y'all. Look at it now. Let there be light. And then there was light. Okay. On your own, you're going to inhale and exhale 3 times. You are letting the brain know, hey, I new to this. Good morning. How are you doing, Jessica? I am finally on time. All right. Look at you. Give yourself a round of applause this morning. Woo, woo. All right. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. Let the brain know we are quieting the mind so that we can learn to use it as it was designed to use. So on your own, inhale and exhale 3 times. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am Dr. Donna Louise Thomas-Rodgers, daughter of Leslie Darnell Thomas, granddaughter of Jethro Evelyn II, Arthur Jethro Evelyn II, and great-granddaughter of Levi Thomas. Welcome to your morning mental workout. And today's topic is Have Fun 2.0. So when I originally planned to do this on May 25th, the live went into a completely different direction. And so because I had already prepared it, I said I would save it until the end. We closed out the 74 Principles of Real Leadership yesterday. So today is just an added bonus, Have Fun 2.0. Tomorrow we enter the Show Me phase of real leadership and learning how to use your brain. And we will be talking about embrace change, but I'm showing you how to actually embrace change. That is awesome. Now, I am perimenopausal. For those of you who don't know, I am 52 years old. I woke up on my 40th birthday with hot flashes. I've been having fucking hot flashes for 12 years, and the menopause shit still hasn't started. So, unfortunately, sounds cause me to be very unpleasant. So, they are grooming the golf course across the street from my house, that particular hole. So hopefully that noise, you may or may not be able to hear it, but it's driving me bonkers right now. So I'm going to do my best to tune it out. I feel like this is the only hole on a 27-hole golf course that ever receives this much maintenance. So this is going to be an interesting live this morning. It's so bad that the landscaper that shows up across the street from my neighbor's house, who's been doing this for 14 and a half years, literally, I'm just planning to leave the house on Monday morning when he shows up. Been showing up, but for some reason now, not for some reason, perimenopause just sound so amplified. So I feel like I'm at a concert right now, and what's on the microphone is the actual landscaping equipment. So if y'all see me do like this, it's perimenopause, and there's really nothing I can do but wait calmly and patiently for this sound to go away. Not to mention I do have tinnitus in my ear as well. Thank you, U.S. Army. So it can become a little irritating for me. All right, with that being said, have fun. We are going to have fun today. I think that's an oxymoron right now, to have fun. So how do we get here? Neurogenesis. That's the creation of new neurons in your amazing brain. They start firing off, la, la, la. You get an axon, you get a dendrite tree. In the middle of that is synapses. They connect, and bada boom, bada bing. You, in theory, have a new neural pathway, and that's referred to as neuroplasticity. You take those two and you combine them together with the 74 Principles of Real Leadership and the theory, good morning, Kathy, and the theory of personal accountability. And you end up with neuropability. And that's your brain's ability to wire itself to use the 74 principles of real leadership so that you can hold yourself personally accountable every single day, with the objective every single day of you having your best day every day. It's a day that you're never going to see again. You need to make the best of it. And where does this magic happen? It happens in the frontal lobe. In particular, we use the executive function of the brain, which is commonly referred to as the CEO of the brain. So without further ado, let us go into having fun. Now, as I mentioned, I did an overview of all of the 74 principles of real leadership, and then I broke down every principle of real leadership to define every single word so that you can understand it in its complete totality. So if you want that information, go to the 74 Principles of Real Leadership playlist. And what's going to take place is you start at the bottom, you work your way up, and then you will be caught up with us. Each live is about an hour and 15 minutes to an hour and a half. So it's going to be a minute because it is 74 of them. But hey, you know what? If you got time, you're on vacation, you want to relax, you can catch up. So binge watch the 74 Principles of Real Leadership instead of something on Netflix. It'll change your life for real, for real. So going back to have fun, number one, have. The definition of have is to experience. And then number two, fun. Fun refers to enjoyment, amusement, or lighthearted pleasure. Again, enjoyment, amusement, or lighthearted pleasure. So it's something that gives you joy, something that is enjoyable for you. So in essence, when you put the have and the fun together, what you get is to enjoy yourself or to take pleasure in what you are doing. To enjoy yourself or to take pleasure in what you are doing. And if you haven't done so, go ahead and vote on the poll question. Let me write down, because there have been days where I have forgotten to do poll results. So I have to put it at the end of my notes to remember. My question to you this fine Saturday morning: why is it that people find it challenging to have fun? Why is it challenging to have fun? Why? And why is it taking so long to fix this one hole? Yep, I do not recommend living across the street from a golf course, especially if we have clients who live on the golf course and they have they have balls in their pool that literally have one person's window got cracked, and because they signed a release, they actually had to pay for the window to get replaced because someone hit their window with a golf ball. So it's not all that it's cracked up to be. It is not. You will end up with golf balls everywhere. Plus, if you're in your backyard, then people just keep randomly showing up. And if you hit the wrong golf hole, par, whatever it is, I don't follow golf. Now people are mad. So yeah, you see it on TV, but in reality, it's the bullshit. And we have the, what is that thing called? The PGA Tour here every year in October. So they spend 6 to 8 weeks. As soon as we come out the gate, all of the golf trucks and everything, because of the side that we live on. It's really around the whole thing, but it's a mess. So it's definitely not. People are like, oh, we're going to PGA Tour. But come out the gate, 6 weeks of sheer utter hell. All right, no, look, people can't have fun because of stress. Okay, yes, because of stress. Any other answers? Why is it that people find it challenging or hard to have fun? Jessica, some don't know how to have fun without a stimulus. I like that answer, with the stimulus. Yes, without a stimulus. I had an intern that worked for me, and he needed to have a dark liquor preference of choice. I'm not going to use a brand on here, but in order for him at networking events to network, he needed to have a cocktail first. His regular self was to go get him up to what he needed to do in order to do that. And so, yes, they need a stimulus. All right. So here are some other reasons why people can't have fun or they find it difficult. And to Nola's point, because of stress. So the number one answer, winner, chicken dinner, because we are here in Las Vegas, is stress and anxiety. Stress and anxiety. So when you are worried about work, your relationships, money, health, or anything else that can hinder your enjoyment. I find it quite interesting that no matter what price point we are at for my daughter's appointments, if someone calls the client on the phone, the person on the phone may have something to complain about. They may have something to complain about. But this whole notion that, if you have family and friends and all of the accoutrements, that life is going to go well for you, I've yet to see that in real life over time. I've yet to see that experience. And Kevin said they don't have a funny bone. They don't have a funny bone. Okay, great. And so people can't have that experience And so even though Maslow's hierarchy of needs, level 3 says we need each other, we need this community, the community is dysfunctional as hell. So the community is stressing you out. You go and Thanksgiving, so people like the summer holidays, but that Thanksgiving, you hear it. I mean, TikTok, all you got to do, I wait because I don't celebrate holidays anymore. I just wait for the footage. Who fucked up Thanksgiving? Because they're going to film it. They are definitely going to film it. It's like, yeah, everybody's preparing. They got the family list, who making everything. And the next thing you know, turkeys flying, people getting pulled out the house and everything else for this holiday that's supposed to be about gratitude and family and community and coming together. So your stuckmally and your stins are stressing you out to the point where you can't even have fun, the fun that they were supposed to be creating with this whole we gonna stick togetherness. All right. And the mind stays in problem-solving mode rather than allowing for relaxation or play. And we talked about relaxing yesterday. So you are in problem-solving mode. And unfortunately, you are not in the frontal lobe, using the frontal lobe to actually problem solve, handle conflict when it occurs, which is one of the 74 principles of real leadership, and look for solutions and learn from it. But you are in a hijacked amygdala state. And even if you are in your frontal lobe, cortisol, the stress hormone, is inside your brain. So you got brain fog. So you still can't solve the doggone problem. So stress and anxiety brought on by your job or the people in your life is the reason why, one of the reasons why you can't have fun. The next one is number 2, and it is perfectionism or overthinking. And if you all will notice that on the back half in pink, which is powerful, innovative, natural, and knowledgeable, we kept coming across themes: stress and anxiety, cultural, and perfectionism, that and fear. Also, you can't be powerful, innovative, natural, or knowledgeable if you got stress, if you are dealing with crazy cuckoo for Cocoa Puff people, and fear and perfectionism. If that is taking place in the culturalness, the society in which you reside, the communities, you're not going to be able to be a real leader to wear pink. You ain't going to be able to do the back half of the whole 74 principles of real leadership because of those things. And it is a theme. And I don't know that if you were paying attention, but go back and look at your notes. It has been a common theme that these 4 things, 4 sections of the book, and then all of the principles that go along with it, it just keeps being a theme. It really does. That's why everybody, the number 1 principle of real leadership is to hold yourself and others personally accountable, because the objective is best. The objective is best every day. It's not perfect. We had a character building Tuesday. It was almost a 13-hour day, but we did our best at every single appointment. When you start out the day at 8:06 in the morning, it's 90 degrees outside, and your third appointment is when you finally go inside the air condition and it's 3:47 p.m. and now it's 109 degrees. You got to find a way to make it best, or you're not going to make it through those other 2 doggone appointments, and then get back home and only have 1 meal with some Gatorade and some water throughout. So the point is that as you continue to learn how to use these principles of real leadership and then apply them, know that if you have stuck malies and stands in your life, this shit ain't going to work. It's not. You're going to be on the why can't I side of every last principle of real leadership. If you don't hold yourself personally accountable and the people around you, and if the people around you don't want to be personally accountable, they have to kick rocks. I don't talk to any of my family or any of my friends from my past, because none of them, all this got offered to them before it ever got offered to you, wanted to fix themselves first, fix their defects of character, get rid of their generational curses. They wanted to stay stuck, and they wanted me there too, helping them feel good about staying stuck. And I'm like, yeah, no, fuck that. I'm not doing that. You're either going to hold yourself personally accountable, or you're going to watch me walk out that door. And unlike Lot's wife, I'm not looking back. I'm not going to turn into a pillar of salt for y'all. It's not happening. So the point is that you can't do the back half of Real Leaders Wear Pink, the last 4 of the acronyms, powerful, innovative, natural, and knowledgeable, if you keep staying around these stuck beliefs and these stands. It's not going to work. Be ye hot or cold. Lukewarm ain't going to do. You're either personally accountable or you're not. You can't be 96% personally accountable. You are either 100% personally accountable, which says that you are personally accountable for all that you do and all that you fail to do. That's personal accountability. I'm responsible for everything I do, say, and everything else. because that's the only thing that I can change. So that is the theme, that it is cultural, which I'm going to get to, the perfectionism, the stuck believes and the stands, and these unaccountable choices on a day-to-day basis. So number 2 is perfectionism, and I'm going to go ahead and make that a highlight. Okay, perfectionism or overthinking. So some people feel that they must do fun right. You got to get it right, or worry about how they are perceived while having fun. So am I doing it right, or what is this going to look like? If I go over here and do this, if I'm a second lieutenant in the military like myself in a basic training unit, and I got all my toys from the doggone Burger King meals sitting on my desk like a platoon, what are the privates going to think when they come in here? That I know how to have fun, that this is a stress reducer. I'm a platoon leader in Korea, and I'm going to pull out my crayons and I'm going to start coloring. I'm going to either fuck you up or I'm going to color this picture. Which one you want? Door A or door B? Because one of them going to happen. So if don't nobody want to get hit with a combat boot, go ahead and let me finish coloring Tom and Jerry. Okay? That's how this goes. Now, they might analyze it, or they might analyze experiences too much to truly enjoy the moment. So people say now, old heads say, y'all can't see shit now, because you're over here with your damn phones everywhere and you just can't be in the damn moment. Okay. We had big ass camcorders back in the day at Freaknik and everywhere else. We had disposable cameras, and we had cameras to capture the moment. So the only difference is we don't have to go to CVS and Walgreens and wait a week to find out that the pose was wrong. My dog Brandy used to be in all the damn photos. No matter what we did, we get to film, and now we got to take photos over and the moment is gone. So yeah, we did. We literally had our dog on big ass giant. Go watch the Freaknik documentary. We had them big ass cameras, and everybody got disposable cameras and those other big 35 millimeter cameras and the 110s and the Polaroids to go way back. So we were actually capturing the moment, but how short people's memories are. So you're trying to overanalyze, well, if I'm having fun or not, if I'm having fun or not, if I'm not, if I am. Now, the one thing I will say, because we see people now, it's interesting to see people setting up the shop and everything for that. Don't make it look like manufactured fun, okay? Because that's not fun either. We're going to go here, we're going to go to downtown Summerlin, and we're going to take pictures all over everywhere, and look where we live, and look how much fun we having. I'm not talking about fake-ass manufactured fun. I'm literally saying you went somewhere, and you had a good time. Don't, whatever it is. When we go back to the Pinball Hall of Fame, I will take a picture, because now I'm showing it on my subscriptions. This is where we are. And this is what we do. I like going to the cafe, and I like going to the library. So there are pictures of me online coming out the library with stacks of books. Like what? Now what? I got my books. Gang. Standing next to pictures in the library, because one of the libraries changes out the art every 6 weeks. And that's fun for me. So I'm not going to let people make the things that I like, and my immediate family used to do it all the time. You're not going to make fun of me because I like the library. That's where I like to go, and that's where I'm going to go. So don't overthink your fun. Number 3, guilt or responsibility. Guilt or responsibility. So people might feel guilty taking time for themselves, especially if they are caregivers or students or busy professionals, whatever it is. They're going to feel guilty. Well, I shouldn't really be. I work 70 hours this week, so I really shouldn't be going to the park. I shouldn't go to this concert. I shouldn't just go relax and get a massage because I really got to go do this work. That's absurd. And only unaccountable people make you feel bad for having fun. Now, unaccountable people do whatever the fuck they want to do, but they know that you're the personally accountable person. And so they're going to guilt you into never, ever, ever taking a break, relax, take a nap, or have fun, because now that's taken away from what they need from you in that moment. So if they need something from you in that moment and you're getting ready to go relax, they will guilt you into foregoing your fun, your nap, or your relaxed time to help them. But you can't get them to do nothing right. And then they will come back to you with a problem that they caused and they want you to solve when they never even consulted you first. And so now you got to go above and beyond to try to get them out of a hole that they willingly jumped in. And I say put some dirt on them motherfuckers and let them bury themselves. Don't help them. All right. They may think that your fun, and you may even think that your fun is unproductive or selfish. It is not. It is so not. Your fun is not unproductive or selfish, and your brain needs that as well. Number 4, depression or mental health issues. Depression or mental health issues. Now, these can dull the ability to feel pleasure for activities, and it's called anhedonia. 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 And that is the process of believing that you can't actually feel pleasure because of your anxiety or your mental health issues or depression. So even things that used to be fun may no longer feel that way. Now, here's what I will say, and there are other people on the live, and I'm probably going to piss y'all off, and that's my intent. I'm doing it on fucking purpose. So for the people with depression and mental health issues, I'm going to do this qualifier. My daughter has ADHD, ADD, and a touch of autism. No meds. High functioning, no meds. I had a friendship that I ended after 10 years because she kept telling me I suffer from depression. I suffer from depression. I suffer from depression. I suffer from depression. I'm like, it's been 10 years, God damn it. How much fucking time are you going to keep suffering from depression? When you going to fix this? It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And so in August of 2015, I ended that 10-year relationship. And I'm glad that I did, because I'm not about to be with somebody that's suffering from some shit that you can actually work out. No, you can't. No, you can't. You understand. I have mental health issues. Shut up with that bullshit that you let somebody else tell you, and now you just wearing that shit like a fucking badge of honor. I got PTSD. They don't stop me from doing shit. In the moment, I feel the moment and I move on. It's neurological. If stroke patients can rewire the neural pathways of their brain to make the side that was impacted by the stroke work again, you can work your shit out. You can work your shit out. You don't actually suffer from depression. You are an addict, and you suffer from depression so you could go to your damn dope dealer to get your refill on your fucking medication. So you are an addict. That's what the hell you are. You know, fucking bodies. You ain't got no damn depression. You are an addict. You are a pill popping addict. And you are addicted to the medication that has that nice little gap in the synapses between the axon and the dendrite tree. And it's just dripping that medication in, and it's telling you need some more. You are a fucking addict. That is what you are. You are not fucking, I do that. There are people that unalive themselves all the time. Miss me with that bullshit. I said it, and I will say it again. If you've been in therapy for 7 fucking years, your therapist need to be fired. Why would somebody heal you and have to go back out and go get another patient? Why? So you can journal forever. You just well enough to come back the next week. They keep you working and well enough to come. Well, that's our time. That's our time for today. I've been in therapy for 7 years. Will Smith, bitch ass, was in therapy for 7 years, and that punk still walked up on stage at a fucking work event and slapped the shit out of somebody for workplace violence, and that bitch is still working. I said it. I would have fired him. I fired Francesca and what's his name? Damn it, I can't think of his name, for fighting at work. 7 years of therapy, and you still walked up on stage and slapped the shit out of somebody. You and your therapist need to be fired. You and your therapist need to be fired. It don't take no fucking 7 years. Mark Ballinger. That's who the fuck it was. Thank you, Nola. So this whole notion, 7 years. I guess so. I ain't met a motherfucker that got more shit they needed to work out than me. I've not come across that person, and I've come across thousands of people. And we be comparing at appointments, sitting down. But yeah, and then I'm like, such and such. They like, yeah, your shit worse. No medication, no nothing. I ain't no evil villain. I ain't trying to go back and get the motherfuckers that sexually assaulted me. The number is 26, but there won't be a 27th, because that motherfucker will die and they will be looking for their body parts forever. I promise you, I stand on that one. So I don't want to hear this. You didn't I grew up in a toxic household. I did too. Stepfather, mother, and sister took different ways to abuse me. And guess what I'm doing today? I'm teaching people how to use their motherfucking brain. Good morning, Lola. So I don't want to hear that bullshit. It's a choice, and you're an addict, and your therapist is your motherfucking drug dealer. I said it, and I don't care. Go call all the therapists if you want to. I don't care. This shit is not real. It is perceived that it's helping, and it's not fucking helping. If it's helping and everybody's in therapy, why are we still all fucked up? If therapy is working. If it's working. If this whole notion is true, why is it that when I go in CVS and I look at the prescription drug portion of CVS, the shit is on the floor, it's in baskets, they got to go to the back, they got to go everywhere. Back in the day, you could go and get your shit. your antibiotics, whatever you needed, and you were gone. Now they flipping through all kind of stuff because of how much medication is it being prescribed right now for all the shit that's wrong up here. So this shit is not fucking real. It's manufactured, and Big Pharma is benefiting immensely from it. And your brain is deteriorating by the fucking nanosecond behind that shit. So if you're depressed, motherfucking fire your fucking therapist and fix your fucking brain. Fix you first. Go through your damn detox. I asked somebody, well, I understand everything you're saying, but I need my meds from my therapist. That sounds like a crackhead saying I need my fucking crack from a dealer. That's what it sounds. How's it different? How's it different? I need my medication. It's not insulin. It's not insulin. You don't need Ritalin. Ritalin is not fucking something that's produced in your damn body. You need insulin. You do. You actually do to function. You don't need no motherfucking whatever the fuck this shit. I need my Percocet. We don't produce Percocet. That's not a hormone that we naturally produce in our body. You don't. You don't need Ambien. You need adenosine. That's what you need. And that naturally fucking happens without caffeine. So see how this bullshit don't work? You don't. And the medication got all these side effects. The other day I do watch things on my tablet, and some stuff just has a commercial. I'm not paying extra for no fucking commercial free. Bitch, I paid you the first time. I'm not paying you for commercial free for a second time. And the side effects, it was so many damn side effects on the damn medicine. I forgot what the fuck the medicine was supposed to do at the beginning of the commercial. I was like, fuck it. Whatever was originally wrong, I take that. Because this right here, all of these side effects, and tuberculosis is always one of them. I'm like, we cured TB. Why is all the medicine giving you TB if you got this other thing? How you get tuberculosis from having migraines? That don't make sense to me at all. So I know I went on a tangent, but I'm tired of motherfuckers talking about therapy, journaling, therapy. I've been in therapy for 10 years. Fire your therapist. And get off the damn drugs so you can think clearly. Get rid of that brain fog so you can actually fix what the fuck is wrong with you. That's why people, and there have been therapists that wanted to work with me, and they just as fucked up as y'all. How the fuck is that gonna work? They ain't fixing their own shit. I'm not talking to a motherfucker that's more fucked up or as fucked up as me. We can't, that's the blind leading the damn blind. You can't tell me, you over here telling me get rid of addiction, and I pull up and you got a motherfucking cigarette in your mouth, tell me, yeah, give me 1 second, I'll be right in there. Okay. Put it out with your foot. Now, yeah, so no, not my whole session. I'm coming out here wig smelling like fucking cigarettes. Absolutely not. This therapy work, I went to stress management when I was in the Army. I think that was about 6 weeks. And then after my divorce, to make sure that I did not unalive my ex-husband, I went on ahead and did that therapy too. That was it. I was done. Over. It's short term. It's like having a cast on a broken arm. It's not this thing that you keep. It's not water. It's supposed to resolve that one thing. And then you move on. You work through it and then you move on. But it is this drug related pimp or you the bottom bitch for your doggone therapist. You just keep coming, here go your money. Here go your money. And you ain't better. You there more than a fucking year, something wrong. You could go to grief counseling where you sit in groups. 12-step programs work because everybody in there is going, and they're not, you pay like $2 to go to a 12-step. You just donate the money. You at a church, you in a basement somewhere with some stale ass coffee, working through your shit with a whole damn manual and steps and this logical system to fix what the fuck is wrong with you. That's what works. 12 steps. I've been to both therapy and 12 steps. Al-Anon works for the long haul. The other shit don't. Number 5, and here we go. Cultural upbringing and influences. Cultural upbringing and influences. So some people were raised in an environment where fun was discouraged or not prioritized. And so they may associate fun with immaturity or laziness. So again, your stuck millennial stands are telling you that's stupid, that's dumb. Why would you do that? We don't do that. We're a more refined group. Look at you over there cracking jokes. That is not funny. In my corporate years and in the Army, people had a problem with my sense of humor, and I did not give a fuck. I didn't lose my sense of humor. I lost them. So do not let the people around you stop you from having your version of fun. Number 6, and the final one, is burnt out or fatigue. Burnout or fatigue. So exhaustion from constant demands can leave little energy for enjoyment. So now you're stuck in your stands, and the people at work have drained the living shit out of you. And now you get to the end of your day, you get into Friday, and all you do is sleep on Saturday. Perhaps you might attend some religious service on Saturday or Sunday, and then you're back at it again. So your brain can't even fathom having fun because of burnout. So again, 1 through 6. Why is it hard for people to have fun? Stress and anxiety, perfectionism or overthinking, guilt or responsibility is number 3. Number 4, some bullshit, depression or mental health issues. Number 5, cultural or upbringing influences. Number 6, burnout or fatigue. What questions do you have? Takeaways? Is it clear as bell? Is it clear as mud? The 6 reasons why people don't have fun. And if you're thinking ... You're supposed to be getting better. And I've said that before. People ask why I stopped going to church after 27 years. Because church wasn't churching. I wasn't getting to it. I'm like, how you know you're doing it right? Why ain't shit improving? Why we still stuck at the same level? I feel like you should have levels. Go this way. You got levels in school. You should have levels in church. You should be in the 12th grade. You should be working on a master's degree. Sitting over here with the kindergartners. That shit is stupid as hell. I'm just a baby in Christ. No, because the pastors only have to teach at that low ass level. That's why you ain't leveling up. Only thing leveling up is the damn collection plate. I said it. Rare form. See, what happened was it was the landscape. The landscaping. And what I'm explaining to Nola is that women have a tendency to put up with things for the first 40, 45 years of their lives. And then perimenopause kicks in. And so because of the adjustments of the estrogen and the loss of all of that, that estrogen is saving y'all, is giving y'all grace. But the estrogen starts going away. And so the inhibition control starts to diminishing. And so what happens is what comes up, comes out. We were at an appointment and Noel's like, don't say that because you're at the appointment. I'm like, fuck them. I say whatever I want to say. You being unaccountable, I ain't got time. My grace and my mercy and grace years are behind me. So part of this is that the landscapers was there for the anxiety. No, it ain't. I've been saying shit about the anxiety and the therapy. So who am I kidding? I'm kidding. I meant everything I said, and I'm well aware that I said it. Okay. So ways to have more fun and feel more natural. So natural fun. Things that actually are fun to you yourself personally as an individual person. All right, this is the good part. So redefine what having fun means to you. You get to do that. My immediate family thought going to the movies for a movie that they picked at a movie theater that they went to and the snacks that they picked was our idea of fun. They thought a restaurant that they picked on a day and a time that they picked was going to be fun for Nola and I. At no point did they ever ask us, well, what movie do y'all want to see? Well, what do y'all want to do? Hey, my friend is having a 4th of July event. Come on and go with us. So it was never, what do you want to do on the 4th of July? Mother's Day, they would just pick what the hell they wanted to do, and I was supposed to go along. Giving me flowers, I don't fucking like flowers, and taking me to a restaurant that I didn't want to go to. Finally, I said, look, Mother's Day is my day when I was still celebrating holidays. I want to sit at home. I don't want to eat. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit and do absolutely nothing. The best holiday that we ever had, or the most fun that we ever had with them, was on one of the Valentine's Day. They had the actual Tommy guns from the St. Valentine's Day Massacre at the Mob Museum, and we went to go see that. My idea, had a blast. Okay, I understand the conditions under which that occurred, probably not so good, but for me, I was fascinated with the mob for a very long time, and so that was one of my best Valentine's Days. So I get to define what is fun for me, not them. Okay. And it doesn't have to be wild or loud. It could be fun. It could be calm. It could be quiet. It could be personal. Like I mentioned, me going to a cafe at 7 o'clock in the morning when no one is there, nice cup of coffee, a magazine, some international music, the library, a walk, just sitting, people watching. Those are things that are fun for me. So I don't have to be at a concert. I don't have to be at a game. I don't have to be at an event in order for me to have fun. I don't have to travel the world. The one best thing about living in Las Vegas is it is so diverse that the world basically is here. And you can go somewhere else, but you literally can drive to different parts of the city. You can go up to Mount Charleston, and now it's cold. It is just like the best place that I have ever lived in my entire life. It's very culturally diverse as far as I'm concerned. And so just going to the other side of town, you will have a different experience. At one point before COVID, we could go to the Fashion Show Mall and there would be a fashion show. A literal 100% walking down the runway fashion show at Fashion Show Mall. So yes, you could just go and just sit. I mean, if you walk through the casinos, they have people on stilts and all kind of, they change the displays at the different hotels and everything. So you definitely could just add, most of these things are inexpensive or free. And it's just amazing what you can see just walking up and down the doggone strip. Now they have the Smith Center here and other things too. So you get to define what your definition of fun is. And so in doing this, you want to ask yourself these questions. What makes me feel curious, relaxed, or alive? What makes me feel curious, relaxed, or alive? So for example, a walk in nature, drawing, building something, cooking something, listening to music, reading, hunting, fishing, a long drive, learning, vacationing, visiting places you've never been before, talking to people from different cultural backgrounds. Nola likes to go into like Harbor Freight and the Bass Pro Shop, watching Catch, Clean, and Cooks and things like that. Whatever it is, you get to define what having fun means to you. Number 2, start small and low pressure. Start small and low pressure. Don't try to say, you know what, I'm gonna go have fun, let me go, because we have the racetrack. So you can actually drive sports cars around. I forgot the name of it. Nola's gonna tell it to me probably. So you literally can go rent sports cars, Lambos, and all of that, and drive it around. I think it's the Speedway racetrack. You can literally drive the race cars around the track. So don't do that. Go-kart racing first. See if you're even good at it before you decide that you want to go do something that big. You take helicopter rides and go around. Yeah, okay, cool. You can get on the double-decker buses and do tours. So you can have those vehicles, those 3-wheel, 4-wheel vehicles where the body is open. They kind of look like dune buggies. Drive those around. So I mean, really, we haven't vacationed outside of Vegas in many, many, many years. Gone any place because everything is here. So start small with low pressure. Choose simple, short activities you might enjoy without forcing yourself to feel a certain way. So just go try something. Go try putt-putt. We got Top Golf on one end of the strip, something else on the other end of the strip because the strip is so long. But you want to just start something small. So let go of expecting that it must be amazing and just have the experience. I've gone in Harbor Freight now. Nola wanted to go in there. For me, it's like a bigger Ace Hardware. We've gone to the Bass Pro Shop. Probably still need to go to Tractor. I forgot what it's called. The Tractor something. But just having these different experiences. We have I think we have 5 different Hispanic grocery store chains here. There's an international grocery store. We have the World Market, which is a bunch of stores where people go and shop for furniture and everything else. So you really can just go and look and experience something. The Tractor Supply. I mean, the other day, we literally was at a neighborhood and it was a horse crossing, I think is what it was. So you can come from a duck crossing to a horse crossing to a deer crossing to golf carts and still be in the Las Vegas city and surrounding areas all at the same time. You literally can see people on their horses riding their horses down the street still in 2025. And people have horses in their backyards and they're on the side and everything. We had people that had chickens and everything in their backyard. So when I say it is a melting pot, it literally is a melting pot. So you can try this. I'll do this. So here's what you can do when you're starting small. I'll do this just to see how it feels. And I don't have to love it, but just be present. And so I've gone into the Harbor Freight. Don't love it. Go into Lowe's, Home Depot. That's something that I love. I think Lowe's and Home Depot are the Sephora for people who like to put things together. So people love to go in Sephora, get all these brushes. People go in Lowe's and Home Depot, get all these little drill bits and everything else. It's the same. And I like the fact that in Lowe's, they usually have some type of patio furniture. So you can just sit in the front and wait for the person who actually wanted to go in the store to go get their things, and then you can leave. But to start small, low pressure, I'll do this just to see how it feels. Number 3, schedule fun without guilt. So you're going to schedule the fun without guilt. So block time for enjoyment like you would for a meeting or an errand. Block it out. Speed Vegas. I think that's it, Kevin. Yes. So block it out. Say from 12 o'clock to 2 o'clock today, I'm just going to go do something fun. And don't really like categorize what it is, or do it and know that this may or may not be something that might be fun. And remind yourself that rest and joy are not rewards. They're essential for your well-being. So just like relaxing and taking naps are what the body needs, having fun is what you need as well. So schedule it without guilt. And the only people that make you feel guilty for having fun are unaccountable people. So if you decide you're going to go have fun and somebody comes and try to ruin your fun, you don't know who the unaccountable people are in your life, it's those people. Okay? And I haven't said this in a while too, because I used to say this on my TikTok lives. Unaccountable people are losers, and all they do is divide and subtract from you. So if you can't identify who the unaccountable people are in your life, after the interaction, you will feel like they've taken something with them. So your energy, you feel less than, they've divided you, you're infighting with somebody, or you just like, that was so much. That's how you can identify the unaccountable people in your life. Nola and I went to a co-op, kind of like a pack and feed store. It's a bit of everything. I get the best animal stuff there. Yes. So, and we went to a nursery, Star Nursery too. Yes. And we went to Star Nursery too. And I hadn't done that. We used to call it Frank's Nursery and Craft in Detroit is where we went to. So we went there as well. I'm city. My ex-husband is from Mississippi. We call Nola City Sippy. So I am getting into that, but a lot of that has to do with me living in small towns in the Army too. And I'm a germaphobe, so I don't really like trying to be around dirt if I don't have to. So yes, so see, no, yeah. And you have those experiences, and it's okay. We've gone into Michael's, all kind of stores. You go down on the strip, walk through the Forum shops, Crystal's, Bellagio, all of those things, and you just get a different experience. And because 44 million people in theory come visit here, you literally are getting people from all around the world. Yes. All right. And then number 4, you want to connect with others who uplift you. And right now, this is apropos because Jessica and Nola are sharing country ideas. Yes. Hey, I get it, Jessica. We understood. So number 4 is connect with others who uplift you. Fun is often easier in good company. So you want to reach out to people who make you laugh or make you feel at ease, even if it's briefly. So you want to reach out to people that you connect with. I am a distinguished Toastmaster, and I like to go into Toastmasters meetings. That was fun for me. I enjoyed it immensely. And so you can have these things that you do, quilting, crafting, painting, all of these things. You can take a class. What do they call it? Dang it, I can't think of it right. Ceramics. So there are these things that you can do. And when I first got out of the military and I went to Orlando, Florida, and worked at Frito-Lay, I literally was taking a Spanish class at the time. Then I got on second shift, so I couldn't finish the class anymore. But just things that you've always wanted to do that you can learn from. Because for me, learning is fun. If I didn't learn anything, then I'm like, that wasn't fun. I don't have a what to do or what not to do. It didn't inspire me. It didn't empower me to do something grand. So for me, that wasn't fun. Number 5, you want to reduce the mental noise. Reduce the mental noise. So stress makes it hard to feel joy. That cortisol, that stress hormone comes in the frontal lobe and it clouds everything. So you can't process what's taking place because of stress. So practicing deep breathing, as we mentioned yesterday, meditation, to quiet the mind and help you reconnect with the present moment. And as we said, Al-Anon, if nothing else, if you're like, I just can't think straight, look down at your feet and do grounding. So take your toes and ground them, pull them up and do like that, and pay attention to your feet. So when you are being where your feet are, you can't be stressed out too. So it's impossible to appreciate. Just put your feet in some grass on the ground and just say, okay, cool, I like this. All right, now I'm grounded. I can do some deep breathing, get the cortisol down. So now you can say, okay, now I can go have fun. But unaccountable people will make sure that you stay in a hijacked amygdala state, fight, flight, freeze, or appease, so that you cannot enjoy yourself. Because in theory, in actuality, they're not enjoying themselves. And as Jessica said, they need a stimulus. Everybody, that's why I stopped attending the cookouts, because there's too much alcohol. And and Nola paid attention to it when we were still talking to my family. And they had all the people from Chicago came to celebrate one person's birthday, because there's several of us that are Taurus's birthday are into April, beginning of May. And so they all came from Chicago because they wanted to come to Vegas. And they came to the house, my stepfather barbecues. And so it's a big deal. And you could hear everybody was calm. And then once everybody got that extra drink in them, it got extremely loud. And Nola came in the room, said, I'm ready to go. It's too loud. And we left. Because right after that, as soon as it gets that loud, there's getting ready to be some anger, because they play bid whist, because they're old school. They're not the spade people. They are the bid whist people. And so now they are mad and they are just rise and fly and all this other stuff. And then everybody gets upset. There's an altercation and it's time to go because of that stimulus. So we steer clear of those type of environments and we have peaceful existence now. So don't let the unaccountable people want you to come to the barbecue, the dinner, whatever. And this happens in all ethnicities. This isn't this is an African-American thing. No, it's an actual dysfunctional thing. When you put a stimulus in, your brain is doing something different. It's having a chemical reaction with that stimulus. And now you are not in control of your cognitive functions. And so you get what you get at that point. People, and I hate, this is what I do not like. We were at an organization, and the person, yes, the person is a rave. What do they call rave? They go to the raves. And so that person had, as I was putting things in the bathroom, they had a Narcan pen. And we had this conversation with the medical care provider. And so you can't get insulin for free, but you can get a Narcan pen for free. Make that math make sense. So you can't get the thing that your body needs for free. But to make sure you don't have an accidental overdose, you can go get one of those pens for free to stop yourself from dying. So how much sense does that make? So we party hard. We party so hard. We party so hard. No, that's not fun. If you gotta, resuscitate yourself, you gotta do the doggone B12. They have B12. We have a place here called Reset IV. So if you party too much in Vegas, you just make your Reset IV appointment. They're gonna come to where you are, put all that B12 back into your body and everything else, because you partied a little bit too much. That's not the fun that I'm talking about. If it's taking you days and days and days to recover, you didn't party, you overindulged, and now your body is rewarding you for all of your efforts. So yeah, get rid of the unaccountability-ness, because that's not fun. If you wake up and you don't know you are the movie Hangover, you did more than have fun. Number 6 is revisit past joys. Revisit past joys. So think about a time when fun came naturally to you. What were you doing, and can you recreate a piece of that now? So I liked to color when I was growing up, and when I was in the military, I said, okay, I'm gonna need something because this is not going like I thought, so let me go. And I went to the PX and I got the 64 crayons with the sharpener in the back, bought me some coloring books, and they were in my desk, and I would just go back. And then I used to play with toys, obviously, when I was a kid. So when I was an executive training officer and things got stressed, I would just wind up all my Toy Stories and all that, and they would just walk all around my desk, and I would watch them. And then the moment would be gone, and then I would move on and get me a nice little natural dopamine boost, and then be about my way. The final one for today is be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. If something doesn't feel fun, that's okay. Some days joy is quiet. So don't judge yourself for how you feel. So for me, going to an event where there is a large amount of alcohol, and when I was on Roberto Cavalli's yacht for my 40th birthday and everybody was going in the bathroom to treat their nose, That was not something that I wanted to participate in again. I'm like, everybody standing in line, they come out the bathroom, and now they're different. I'm good. I've had my this. I think I'm done. I think I'm done with this whole let's be around celebrity thing. This is not for me. So I had the experience, got it in the French Canal, Le Boulevard des Conseils, all of that, got it, roger that. Not something that I want to do going into the future. Not for me. And that's okay, because I had the experience and now I can have a different experience. So be kind to yourself. It's like, oh my God, you went, was it fun? Who was there? And da 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 da. All of that. Yes, good morning, Jasmine. So basically what I'm saying in a nutshell is that you can have fun and you can do it in your own way, to quote Frank Sinatra. So number one, you redefine what having fun means to you. Everybody has a different definition of fun, and you don't have to be approved, because be flexible is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So yes, I have been in Harbor Freight. Yes, I've gone to the Bass Pro Shop. And there are some other things. Glamping is still, and we're going to have to find a better spot, because I could do it, but yeah, it's going to have to be a totally new experience. And so you can experiment with food and all kind of things that you've just never done before, but you get to define what fun is for you. And don't let anybody else, really unaccountable people, tell you what's fun and what's not fun. Number two, you start small and you do low pressure. Don't go to the speed race and get in a Lambo and do 200 miles an hour. Start at the go track. You might even need to start on a driving video game first and see if that's something that you want to do. That's another thing we do. We go to the arcade, we do air hockey, we do bowling as well. So you want to choose something small. And then you're just no pressure. I'm going to go. I'm going to see what I see. If this is fun, I'll do it again. If it's not, then you have the experience and you move on. You want to schedule the fun without the guilt. So remind yourself that this is necessary for rejuvenation and replenishment and rest in your life. Downtime is good. Number four, you want to connect with others who uplift you. So when you go and do these different things, you end up meeting people who like the things that you like. Meetup is, I think, is still in use. I haven't used it in a while, but there are meetup running groups, and there are meetup yoga groups, and there are meetup walking groups. So find the people that are your people and go do the things that make you have fun. And that's number four. So connect with others that uplift you. Number five, you want to reduce the mental noise. So stress and cortisol-induced things, hijacked amygdalas, all make it impossible for you to have fun. So tell the losers, go away, lose the losers, and chuck the champions, so that you can just be surrounded with people who hold themselves personally accountable. Number six, revisit past joys. You might have been a great painter, and then life went in a different direction for you. So go back to the store. Really, you can do it on Amazon now. Get some new paint supplies and start painting. You might have been somebody who liked to make furniture or anything that you used to do that brought you joy, but now you abandoned it for whatever reason. Go back and pick it back up again. In my case, it was coloring. And then number seven is be kind to yourself. If something doesn't feel fun, that's okay. Sometimes joy is quiet. And if people have invited you to something and you went and you participated, you can say thank you, but that's just not something that I enjoy. And you have to be honest, which is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. So those are the seven. What questions, comments do you have before we close out for today? And then I'm going to reveal the poll question results. But I remember part of the reason why I don't do it is because at the top of my screen, there will be this little thing that sits there that I can't figure out how to get rid of. Thank you, YouTube, for putting something in place that isn't necessary. So is it clear as bell, clear as bud? What are your takeaways? Or do I need to repeat anything? And I'm having an allergetic day. Okay. And with that being said, the two questions that we have every day: what did you learn today? And what did you learn about yourself? What did you learn today? And what did you learn about yourself? Me too. Took my allergy pill. It's got to be the air. Yeah, we got to look up the air quality today. Because I've already done my nasal rinse. So now I'm going to have to do my spray. This was a good one. Well, I hope all of them are good, but I know what you're saying, Jessica. Some resonate more than others. is the message that you needed today. And so the question on the table is, and I see you're clear as well, Kevin, what did you learn today? And what did you learn about yourself? I learned that I really don't fuck with therapists. Man. Like, ugh. It make my job so much harder. I learned that what I like is what I like and not feel bad for it. That's right. People ain't gonna get. I've been going to the library since I was 13 years old. Y'all, 39 years of me purposely going to the library. And I might have been 12, depending on, because no, I was 13 because it was the summer. It was going into spring. So 12, 13 years old, 34, 39, 40 years, I've been going to the library on my own. You ain't about to get me not going to the library. The library's going to have to go away for me to stop doing that. I got a library book on my desk right now. Library book on my desk right now. And yeah, I don't like medication and excuses. Jasmine, I learned that it takes courage to have fun the way you want to. It does. Yes. And today, for Kevin, schedule fun without the guilt. I tell you, unaccountable people, sometimes I just want to put them motherfuckers in a chokehold because they a problem. The problem is unaccountable people and all their antics. Swear they right and they wrong as two left shoes on a backwards mule. Wrong as shit. And 10 toes down on wrong. Committed to it. No, because see, that over there, see, what I heard was if you read too much, what? What's going to happen if you read too much? What? Your eyes going to get bad. I know people that's 70 that don't read and still got to wear glasses. Your eyes start deteriorating at 40 no matter what. Just put some damn glasses on. Jasmine said, I would love to see your stand-up comedy. You're hilarious. Well, you got to go back to the 90s because it was, those days are behind me. I tell you a funny story. So I went to college on an ROTC scholarship, and I was Cadet Thomas. And I went to the campus had a talent show, $250. And y'all know in 1994, that's a lot of money, especially for a college student. First prize, $250. So I practiced. I said, I'm about to get this $250. I need this money. So I won the contest and I beat out the girl who won every year singing Anita Baker. She was mad as hell as me. She wasn't going to step to me. She wasn't crazy, but she was pissed. So I go back to class the next day. Colonel Klubeck says, hey, Thomas, did you, I heard about you at the comedy show last night. I said, the comedy show? He said, yeah, you won first place. Congrats. I said, how you know that? He said, oh, it's on the front page of the school newspaper. Comedian talks dirty to win talent contest. I still have the article in a photo album. I'm thinking I'm slicker than death. I'm like, the ROTC people ain't paying attention to none of this. And I am on the front page I'm the headliner for the front page of the school newspaper. So I was like, well, cat's out the bag now. Y'all know. It's all good though. Yeah. So Jessica said, best thing my dad was put his foot down with the hard no when they diagnosed me with ADD and dyslexia and wanted to medicate me. Yes, exactly. No way, because it's going to change your neurological pathways. Definitely was one of the best decisions. And we are not, especially since we come from an addictive family anyway. It's like, nah, man, we're not doing that. It's got to be a natural way to get this done. Kevin, myself, living life unapologetically is a true flex and a vibe. It surely is, 1000%. And Nola said, I learned unaccountable people want to force you to have fun their way. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. And the thing about unaccountable people, and I've mentioned the family reunion that I planned here it's a great family reunion. I'll never do that shit again in my life. But it was the best family reunion because I'm a leader and selflessness of it all. Because most of the people who plan the family reunion want to attend the family reunion. And you can't attend the family reunion if you planned it. And so because I'm an social introvert, I had no intentions on attending because I got to make sure this comes and this does this and this does this. But there are a bunch of partiers. There are a bunch of extroverts. And so they all want to go to the family reunion, but nobody wants to plan it and be the person who can't go to that family reunion. And so all of the events I plan are wonderful. I'm a great hostess. been a great hostess my entire life because when people leave, I want them to have had an experience, whether it's through the meal, the interactions, or anything else. We did have a Mother's Day here at my house once in Las Vegas. It was the best Mother's Day. It was the best time. And even when we had cookouts or events in Michigan, my events were still the best always because I am the hostess with the mostest, because be the best is one of the 74 principles of real leadership. But I do it my way, and ensuring people have food allergies and all that, that's not a problem. So the point I'm making is I'm going to be me. People have spent 52 years, well, not really because nobody's been around me the last couple of years, but they've spent almost a decade trying to make me not be me. And they have done it unsuccessfully because I'm still me and counting and getting more of myself. And so you get to define what fun is for you. And you don't have to have fun this standard checklist ass way. And most of the time, you go to events for unaccountable people that are extroverts, and it's actually not fun. It's not fun because they need a reason to drink. So it's fun for them because they're using stimulus, and it's fun for them because what they're really saying is, I want to get drunk, I want to get high, let me couch it as a party. That's basically what they're saying. I'm like, you might as well just stay home, get drunk and high, and stay by yourself, because this shit ain't fun at all, because now it's shifted. And I was like, oh my God, we had so much fun. And now you're praying to the porcelain gods and everything else, and it actually wasn't a good event. So that's why I don't attend people's events anymore, because they're not really planning it. They just want to get drunk, high, and that's it. All right, Nola said, I learned unaccountable people want to yes. And then Jasmine said yes. Okay, so let's look at the poll results. I have one thing to close out with, and then we're going to be on our merry little happy little way. All right, be honest. Do you know how to have fun? And 100% of you said yes. And I do not know why that is up there at the top. Can I get rid of that in the poll? Nope. Okay. Okay, it's just going to be up there. So here is the final thing that I will say as I'm continuing to learn about neuroscience. I had amazing 2 lessons yesterday. One lesson was 9 minutes. It took me 43 minutes to get through it. The other lesson was 8 minutes. It took me 42 minutes to get through it because we are on the physics portion of this amazing class. And yeah, not depolarization and hyperpolarization and all of that, the resting and that. I'm like, where the numbers at? Where the numbers at? Where the numbers at? Because this right here, I ain't seen a number yet. Then it was minus negative 70 delta V. I'm like, what in the fuck? What does this have to do? I had to look it up. Chat GTP. Why do you need physics to learn about the damn brain? And Grok, one of them, they give me this long ass list. I'm like, okay, it makes sense. Got it. When we gonna get back? Because the class is synapses, brains, and neurons. I'm like, how did we get to the physics this quick? It was module 3. Bam, physics. Okay, got it. So anyway, yesterday I had to do 2 lessons, and I don't have any lambdas yet. No, not yet. Hopefully 8. Don't be putting that. I'm already trying to figure this other stuff out. You got the energy and the I and the current. And then when it goes in, it's the input. But then there's negative depolarization. And then it gets to the attenuation. And then it's back to the resting. I'm like, what does that have to do with synapses? What the fuck does it have to do? I'm just like, Jesus, help me. I got all my color pens out. I got my pencil. I'm sharpening. I'm like, whew. But hey, somebody's got to do it. So I'm taking one for the team again. But here is what took place, because I've been trying to figure out what has got me so angry with all of these neuroscientists, neurologists, and everything else. And so I told you I changed the algorithm on my platforms, especially on Instagram. So if you go to my Instagram Explorer page, you'll see a bunch of medicine and head brain stuff, and then the payola stuff that's just thrown into everybody's account. But on my feed is nothing but this health stuff and brain stuff. And so here is what I don't like, and I got to put my glasses on to read it. I don't like them saying you need supplements and what diet to eat for a healthy brain, because all they're doing is selling you supplements and diet programs for your healthy brain. So that shit gets on my nerves. And that's the only part of it. With the amount of, so that's the only part they keep paying attention. Your brain health, it's deteriorating, and then we're going to make your brain healthy. And with the amount of synapses, that's the connectivity for the neural pathways happening at the same time, that you can create simultaneously through neuroplasticity to wire your brain, that ain't enough. That ain't enough. So you don't have to take something that your brain makes naturally. You don't, and even in Brain Boost, if you go on Sprouts and Whole Foods and Trader Joe's, there's this Brain Boost, like the B12. Your body needs B12. I have a depletion of B12 because I'm severely anemic with my white blood cell count is under 1,000. Thank you, U.S. Army. So a B12 is helping boost the immune system, and I understand that. But when they start talking about magnesium for this and sulfate for this, and now these motherfuckers is back talking about creatine help with Parkinson's disease. Creatine made people crazy as hell when they was doing weightlifting. And now it's supposed to help you with some damn Parkinson's disease? Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so the supplements. So this is what happened. I'm on minding my own business, posting on my reels and Instagram this morning at 4 o'clock. And here's what came on my feed. Supplements, brain boosting, shifting your mindset to a new reality, you're going to shift your vibrations. I'm going to say that dumb shit again. Shifting your mindset to a new reality, shifting your vibrations. The fuck is that? Anybody know what you're going to be doing when you shift your mindset to a new reality and shift your vibrations? So now people are saying you can do mushrooms in a controlled environment so that your brain can go and do some other psychedelic shit. And Steve Jobs, rest in peace, swore by he used to drop acid. No, not doing that. But shifting your mindset to a new reality so you can shift your vibration. I'm not quite sure how the fuck that was going to help us yesterday when the manufacturing defects had the holes drilled on the wrong side. So Nola had to flip the piece. But you can shift your vibrations. Elite health coaching. And this is going to help your clients towards emotional well-being. So you can train to become an elite health coach so that your brain can be used to teach them to have better emotional well-being. The new buzzwords too, because the good thing about me is I have been studying marketing now for the last 15 years from a small business perspective, was getting into it a little bit while I was at Frito-Lay. So the new buzzwords for all this brain shit, these are neurologists, neuroscientists, and real experts for you. The new buzzwords are science-based, research-backed, and this is how you know that they're legit. So theirs is based in science. And theirs is backed by research. And you do realize that with qualitative, quantitative, and mixed methods research, you can make numbers and manipulate the numbers to say or do anything to back what you said was going to be the thing. So anybody can make a number, do, and say anything. So they're saying that so that you will sign up for their programs. The other terms that they're using is overstimulation. Overstimulation. I'm overstimulated, so I need to take. I'm overstimulated, so I need to get your brain package. I'm overstimulated, so I'm going to have to tap out. I need a mental health day. And then this new buzzword that I just saw today is cortisol contamination. I like the alliteration. It's really good. Got to get a buzzword. Got to get a little clicking word going on in the orthographic processing center back here in the parietal lobe where you're processing all that bullshit in. You got cortisol contamination. Cortisol is already contaminating. It's a stress hormone. You didn't need to fucking add contamination. That's like saying energy. It's already bad. Now it's contaminated. When is cortisol not contaminated? If it's a stress hormone coming from the adrenal glands to let you know, hey, some shit is going left. So it's contamination. Nobody ain't say, yeah, so let me get some of that good cortisol. Yeah, no. The second one over. You walking in 7-Eleven to get your pack of cortisol. No, that's the contaminated one. I want the decontaminated cortisol today. That's what I want. And then someone had the nervous system speaks in tension, tears, tight jaws, and tired bones. They said we're going to use the T's for this one. This is great marketing. The nervous system speaks in tension, tears, tight jaws, and tired bones. That's what the nervous system does. And so their program is going to stop you from having tension, tears, tight jaws, and tight bones. I don't know how that's going to help you get rid of your gaslighting ass family members, but at least you won't have tension, tears, tight jaws, and tight bones. So what this is a collection of people who have come together to put these terms here not really assessing what's actually wrong with the brain, not really assessing how to use the brain in your day-to-day life. Hence, that's why I'm going to get a Nobel Prize from this, because I'm telling you and learning how you actually use your brain. None of these things, and these people have millions of followers. If you Google them, they're going to pop up. They are speaking at conferences and they are saying all kind of shit. None of those things are going to let you know you can relax. Here's how you can relax. You can have fun. Here's how you can handle conflict when it occurs. Here's how you can use your brain in the way that you need it, so that where you reside in the community in which you operate becomes best. None of those things are going to get you there. Are they expecting you to drug your stresses? I guess. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. And so that's why, because I said I couldn't go to an actual, get a neuroscience certificate itself. I'm using Coursera, and the courses are all everywhere, coming from different universities and everything else. So I just think of me and Ross right now for neuroscience courses. I'm going through all kind of shit to get to the information that I need to give you, because it's not readily available. And this is me changing the algorithm on Instagram. They got podcasts and all kind of things. Y'all can't use none of that shit. You can't use none of it. Science backed by research, science backed. Okay. And now what? How will you handle the teenager that keeps sneaking out the house in the middle of the night with your cortisol contamination? You going to decontaminate it, or you going to figure out what the hell is happening with this neurologically inept 15-year-old and really see what the defects of character are? At no point does it talk about generational curses. Oh, wait, you got to go to church to do that. You got to go over here to therapy to do that. That's why the shit ain't working. That's why the math ain't mathing. The therapy ain't therapying, because nobody, to my knowledge, and I've been searching high, low, wide. I mean, my whole feed is now these people. I got a couple neurologists, not neuroscientists, that can tell you about the things that you actually need to do health-wise. If you look at my feed on TikTok, it's damn perimenopause, menopause, and neuroscientists and neurologists with a couple stuff that's just pushed down because you can't get rid of it. Get to the root of the issue. And so that is what I contend with on the daily basis, is I am attempting to find the information that I need so that I can give you what you need so you can understand how this works. So tomorrow we start the show me phase of the 74 principles of real leadership. And I ask that you be patient with me, because I am scouring ChatGPT, Google, the library system in this country, as well as Grok, to get this information. And that's the information that I'm getting. So the fact that you have a coherent message every single day shows you that this is coming from the universe and the higher power, and my copious efforts to go ahead and research, so you can actually understand how to use your brain, instead of these doggone small little things that ain't gonna make a difference. Greatest talks time. No worries. Yes, greatness takes time. No worries. Yes. So I ask that you be patient. I'm doing the best that I can on a daily basis, but this shit is not here. It's one thing for it to be available and I'm not accessing it, but I am attempting to access it to the best of my abilities. And every time I send Nola a link, I don't want to look at it, Dr. Don. I don't want to look at it, because it's going to be the same thing of the thing that you sent before. It's going to be the same thing. So I sent her a link yesterday, and then I saw these other people. I said, forget it. Don't look at the link. Because for me, it's a benchmark. Who is the best? Who is the top? So that I can understand what's there and fill a gap in the marketplace. But this is a big ass, giant, gaping black hole in the marketplace. It's not the Grand Canyon. It's a black hole in the galaxy, because it is not taking place. The people who are studying the brain and supposed to be neuroscientists are studying the brain and figuring out what's wrong with it, the disease, sick brain, how to make it healthy. Neurologists are making your brain healthy, and psychiatrists and psychotherapists and all of them are supposed to be getting you back, but no one is getting you to best. Everybody's just getting you to normal, and no one's saying, well, how can we get the best out of human beings and it not be related to sports, gladiators, if you will, but just day to day? How can we function without all these other things? And the other final thing that Nola and I discussed is, we're not saying get rid of big pharma. What we are saying is big pharma can then turn into actual supplements and vitamins and things that actually help you. So the fee will still be there. Instead of going to CVS to get your prescription, you will just go to the vitamin shop and get your nutrients and your supplements. So we're not saying go away. We're saying stop focusing on sick care and actually start focusing on health care. That's what you can actually do so that you can actually find all of these cures for these things, and you can use human capital resources for the betterment of society. But you can't do that with a sick brain. You can't solve global warming when you don't have the synapses for it. If you got to go and get your Percocet and you got to drop an Ambien and you got to go tie one on and you got to have all this alcohol and all this liquor and now you got cirrhosis of the liver, but now you can do, no, you don't have, and I'm not saying don't drink. Kevin drinks. You can drink responsibly. I'm saying don't overindulge. Aristotle said all things in moderation and nothing in excess. If you have an addictive behavior, don't do it. Don't do that. Go do something else. So again, I couldn't figure out what was angering me about every time I see this. And then I just scroll. God told me scroll. I'm just scrolling. And I'm saying, look at this. Cortisol contamination. Cortisol and all of this tight. We're going to make a tease. And then people are going to go. And you didn't sat on the doggone webinar. You done went to a conference. You done did this and got back home. And you can't figure out why the shit don't work. Because the shit don't work. Everything I'm telling you to do works. I'm telling you, if you don't know, ask a question, you're going to get an answer. Why? Asking a question, the brain got to respond. The person that you ask the question to is going to get a serotonin release from giving you the answer to the question, and you're going to get a dopamine boost because you're going to find out the things that you didn't know, so then you're going to be able to go do the thing that you thought you couldn't do. That's the exchange. It's natural. But this whole notion, and I know that they need to do research on Parkinson's disease and strokes and all of that for people to have a normal day-to-day existence. I'm not saying don't do that. I'm saying don't package this shit as if it is the shit when it actually ain't shit. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't fucking work. It's not going to, it's almost like they don't understand what people need in their day-to-day lives to function day in and day out to access their best. Like they don't understand what it means to wake up and sit in rush hour traffic, because nobody is talking about what that actually, how to prevent rush hour traffic. If you give a 24-hour work cycle and everybody works 6 hours, because some people are larks, some people are night owls, then you don't have rush hour traffic. Bada boom, bada bing, you're done. People are up 24 hours a day anyway, globally across the world. So now you fix that. So it isn't a matter of we can't coexist in the world. It's you're not even focused on it. So how is it going to get better? That's why I'm getting a Nobel Peace Prize, because I actually got the damn answer. And it's the 74 Principles of Real Leadership. And it is through synapses and neuropability. That's how you wire your brain. So we're all speaking the same language. Every adult is paying attention to the 74 Principles of Real Leadership. And that's what you anchor it to. You don't anchor it to a religion because people choose to practice or not. You don't anchor it to a political party. You don't anchor it to an age group, a ethnicity, a gender, a sexual orientation, or none of that, because that's where the divisiveness comes into play. You anchor it to these things that don't have a physical description. There is no physical description of a real leader. There is no physical description of somebody using the 74 Principles of Real Leadership, because it's behavioral, because it's neurological. So that's where I'm at. This is the end, the closeout of the tell me phase of the 74 Principles of Real Leadership. And tomorrow, God willing, higher power in the universe, we start with the show me. So this is going to be the portion where I show you how you implement these principles of real leadership. So how do you embrace change where you are? My objective is to not create 6.8 billion Dr. Donnas. That's the stupidest shit I ever heard. And I've said this, and recently, there is no fandom over here. There's no idolization, and there is no fandom, idolization, and false idols. None of that. We're not doing that. Oh my God, I love you so much. You're my idol, Dr. Donna. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Why do you just don't let people? There are no fans. We are all real leaders. We are all real leaders. You use the 74 Principles of Real Leadership. You hold yourself personally accountable. We're peers. That's how I see that. Because you can hold me personally accountable if I ain't doing my shit like I'm supposed to, and I can hold you personally accountable if you're not being personally accountable. That's how this works. It's the first platform where we are peers. We are peers. Hold yourself personally accountable. There's two types of people in the world: those who hold themselves personally accountable and those who don't. Ain't no other type of person walking the face of the planet Earth. You either want to be your best or you don't. You want to be a bad mofo or you want to sit in the damn comfort zone. Those are the two options. You can try to couch it or pitch it some other fucking kind of way, but if you're not waking up every day trying to be your best, then you focused on your worst because of negativity bias. It's hardwired into your brain. So you got to prune that neural pathway and create these neuropability pathways for you to be able to be different. It's up here. It's not out here. It happens up here first, and then the rest of you will see it. So does anyone have any questions for me before we go off and do these 3 appointments that we have for the day? I do thank you and value you participating in all of this research, because the world actually has to be different. How many days live as of today? 588 consecutive days live. 588 consecutive days live. And counting, God willing. And on YouTube since January 19th, when TikTok went black for about 20 hours. Jeez. I know. Well, you want to hear another number? Jasmine, I've been posting on Instagram every day since December 16th, 2015. So I'm coming up on Instagram, God willing, in December. I will have posted every day on Instagram for 10 years. So that's the biggest streak. And no, I think my my Duolingo streak is higher than that, of doing something every day. Today on Duolingo makes 3,182 days of doing Duolingo. So Duolingo streak is longer than, there is no award for that, Jasmine. The award is for millions of followers. I literally have more posts on Instagram than followers. I have 15,700 Instagram posts, and I have 14,500 Instagram followers. I got 11,500 YouTube videos. So, yeah, there is no award for that either. Million followers on YouTube, that's good. But the content isn't where the value is currently, because people's brains aren't wired for that. So, and it's all original content. So I'm not interviewing anybody. I'm not 276 posts on Instagram are OPCs. If you scroll all the way down, I was using other people's content until I start making my own. Plus the platform was different back then. We just had the feed. We didn't have stories. Couldn't do long format. Wasn't no reels or none of that. So it's been a very long time. It's been a minute. I'm sweating now. That's why that keeps falling. So the point is that, and that's what I'm saying, your brain has the ability, and I had to teach myself how to create content, because I'm not a graphic designer. My background is military, corporate, leadership, all of that. So I had to teach myself how to do all of these things, and I had to create those new neural pathways to do it. That's why I'm saying your brain is amazing. You actually can train it, give it the skills that it needs in order to go off and do great and amazing things. And my Jiffy page, I just checked the other day, that's at 17.5 billion views. So I have things in other platforms that people don't have, because I wanted to go do some things that had never been done before. So those are those things. And I don't bring them up and start leading with that, because when I say my name is Dr. Donna Thomas-Rodgers, that's all the credentials that I need. That lets you know that I'm a bad mofo. And everything else is just residual drop off because of who I actually am. So we will start tomorrow with the show me portion. I am still working through how I'm going to do that, but it will be a little bit, potentially it could be a little bit rocky for the next couple of days as I work through what this actually looks like, because there were supposed to be some people before me doing something so that I could go, oh, there is a model in front of me. Okay, let me make it better, make it cheaper, improve on what's there. Thank you for that. All right, so you all go off and have a great, Kevin, I did see your message. I'm going to respond to it at some point. We got an 8:30 appointment, so I got to shower and stretch and all of that, but I will get back to that. So you all go off and have a super duper spendifulous Saturday, and make sure that before you lay your amazing head on your amazing pillow, you have fun doing something that you've never done. Okay, go and say, you know, I always wanted, I was thinking about, today is a good day for me to go. That store, that restaurant, the nap, the movie, the show, the golf, whatever it is that you have been saying that you're going to do and you haven't done it, go do that today. Have that experience for yourself. You're doing this for you. There's only one you, and so you got to make it do what it do. All right. God willing, higher power in the universe. I will be back. Be well, sweetie. I will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, safe space, different brain t-shirt. You all take care. Adios.